Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 3rd of September, 2015. The moon today is in the middle portion of the sign of Taurus, as it will be making its way through the Nakshatra of Bharani. You can feel that something big is getting ready to happen. The thing is, though, is that what you're experiencing in the moment has tones to a time that was previous. And some of your memories of that time that was previous are not so great. So it's got you feeling a little bit reluctant on one level. And as you are beginning to see the potential of an opportunity, you need to now become more aware of the differences between this moment in time and that time which was previous. And that very thing itself, this moment in time, should give you a clue. No moment in time can be exactly the same as any other moment in time. And astrology actually proves that to you. The planets are always in very unique positions, exceptionally unique positions, always different. So this moment in time, even though it may seem like one that was previous, it is not exactly the same. So these differences will actually become more obvious over time. You also may doubt that you now have the power to avail yourself of that which is on offer to you. But the more you give yourself a hard time about feeling that you don't have the power to take advantage of an opportunity, actually the weaker you're going to become. And something that you need to recognize, and this is something that I think that most people forget, is that egotism is actually of two types. The first type is making oneself bigger than one actually is, and that usually happens because you're feeling small inside of yourself. The other type, which is one that you may actually be becoming more guilty of at present, is to see yourself as being weaker than you are. And that's a trap you don't want to fall into, right? Why would you want to see yourself as weaker than you are? Well, subconsciously, it's a thing of recognizing that there's a lot of responsibility in something, and you don't feel comfortable accepting that responsibility, or you don't feel comfortable stepping into your power. But you've got something really wonderful to share with the world right now by taking advantage of this particular opportunity. And doing that and not taking advantage of it is actually being egotistical as well. So certainly taking action is going to involve greater responsibility for you, but you mustn't now hide from a rare chance when you see it. Bharani is a Artha-driven nakshatra. It's after a particular goal, and it's associated with Yama, the god of death. It's also associated with the birth canal, right? So what happens in Bharani in terms of the evolutionary journey of the soul? Ashwini, which comes before Bharani, is the divine impulse. Well, Bharani has to give birth to that divine impulse. And what Yama, the god of death, actually did is he ushered souls from one phase of their existence to another. He was responsible for preparing souls for a rebirth. And a rebirth is definitely getting ready to take place for you right now. But you need to recognize the difference between this moment in time and a time that came previous to this moment. The lunar tithi today is Krishna Shashti. It's the 6th day of the dark half of the moon. Because of the particular energy that's associated with this lunar tithi, you may not feel like you have the strength or the power or the potential to take advantage of a particular situation. The solar lunar yoga is Vyagata. Vyagata means beating. And the idea here is one of threshing. Basically, wheat used to be gathered in ancient times in a basket, and they would shake the basket back and forth in order to separate the wheat from the chaff. And sometimes we go through processes in life where we have to confront the ego, and those times tend to be very difficult when we go through that. But when we come out the other side, we're stronger, and we come to a deeper realization of our true potential. And it's likely right now that you're kind of giving yourself a hard time unnecessarily. But if you're going to do that, at least recognize that you're being egotistical in doing that. And that in itself, at least you would not have wasted the process. So if you're going to give yourself a hard time, give yourself a hard time about thinking yourself as being smaller than you actually are, and then drop it all. Because you're not small. You actually have quite a lot of potential, and a lot of potential is now on offer to you. If you would like a little bit of assistance in understanding this particular moment in time, which you may be dealing with, I should mention that I do offer several different tiers of astrological service. You can find out more about that by just sending me an email at michael@authenticastrology.com, or by clicking on the link in the bottom left-hand corner of this video. That'll take you to my Astrological Services page. Also, for you Vedic astrology enthusiasts, sorry, I got a little mixed up and almost said Vedic astrology enthusiasts, but what I meant to say was Vedic astrology enthusiasts. I am getting ready to offer, starting October 10th, a predictive level course. This is an intermediate level course, so some basic to intermediate understanding of Vedic astrology is recommended. And what you can learn in this particular course is how to narrow a particular window of time to get to the level where you're able to predict an event to within a day or two. If you want information on that, that will be found through the link in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 3rd of September, 2015. Until tomorrow, please do the best to take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.